What's up, guys? Today's story is about the time I had to take a drug test in school because my teacher thought that I was stoned. Today's story starts off on a normal school day. I wake up, get ready, and head to school. It was a Monday, so I was super tired. I go into my first period class, put my head down on my desk, and prepare myself mentally for the school day ahead of me. 5 minutes after the bell rings, my teacher begins the attendances. At first, I don't hear my name when she called it out. The second time around, I heard it, so I stick my hand up from out under my head, and my teacher walks over to me and asks me to say something when my name is called and to stop sleeping in her class. So I jolt up and rub my eyes because they were super crusty because I was so tired. I slowly answer in a super slow and tired way. It won't happen again, miss. As I'm saying this, I see my teacher's face go from disappointed to shocked and appalled in a matter of seconds. Then she asks me if I was stoned. I say, "What? What do you mean?" "No, I did not smoke pot before school, if that's what you're asking." My teacher says, "Well, I think you did. Go to the principal's office," with this stubborn look on her face. Then I reply, "What do you mean go to the principal's office? What did I do?" She says, "You heard me. Go now, and I'll be calling the office to make sure you're there." Then I stand up and storm out the class, and while I was in the hallway, I just couldn't believe it. My teacher thought I was high because I was sleepy, and my eyes were red because I rubbed them so hard. When I arrive at the main office, the secretary points me to the office. I open the door, and the principal says, "Take a seat." After I sit down, he says, "I think you might know why you're here." I sigh and say, "Yeah, I actually do. My teacher thinks that I'm high, right?" Then my principal nods his head. Then he says, "So, what are we gonna do about it?" I'm like, "Sir, with all due respect, I did not smoke before school, and I'm definitely not high." The principal said, "Yeah, I thought you would have said something like that. And so did your teacher. Fortunately, she had a good idea on how we can actually see if you smoked before coming to school." Then I ask him, what great idea did my teacher come up with? My principal smiles and says, "Well, your teacher proposed that we make you take a drug test." My jaw dropped. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Then I ask him, "And what if I say no? What are you gonna do then?" He says, "We'll see that as a sign that you're guilty and we'll suspend you for the rest of the week." At this point, I was thinking about my options. My first, don't take the drug test, and the school calls my parents, and my parents make me do all the chores in the house for a week. Or I take the drug test, and it tests negative, and prove my teachers wrong, and I'll not get in trouble with my parents. So I chose the latter, taking the drug test and test negative. I tell my principal that I'll take the drug test. The principal calls the school nurse and tells her that a student will be taking a drug test. The principal walks me to the school nurse. The nurse gives me a little cup to pee in, so I go to the toilets and go in a stall. When I finished doing my business, I went back to the nurse's office and give her the cup. She then goes into her office and runs all her tests. And after about 5 to 10 minutes, she comes out of her office and tells the principal that the test is negative. The face he made after he heard that was priceless, worth everything I had to do. Then he tells me to go back to class. I stand up and start walking towards my class. The nurse yells out, "Hey, wait!" So I turn around and she looks at the principal dead in the eyes and nods her head towards me. The principal looks at me and then down and mumbles the words, "I'm sorry." After that, I head to my next class with the biggest smile on my face. After school, I head home and tell the whole story to my parents. They are horrified, but they did find it entertaining when I finished the story. And after telling the story, my mom says, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. You know what? Principal wanted to suspend you for a week. I'm going to give you this whole week off, a week vacation." After hearing that, I was like, "Are you serious? I can stay home all week?" My mom nodded her head and said, "I mean, the school wanted to suspend you for a week, so I'll send a message to the school that I'm suspending the school from my son." And I was ecstatic the whole week. Moral of the story is, don't judge a book by its cover. If you did enjoy this story, please leave a like, and peace.